Hello and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. And let us talk about the cruelty which is happening to the victims of Tokwe Mkorsi. And remember, in 2013, there are more than 3,000 families which were affected. And this time around, there are more than 3,000 families which are also going to be affected. And we need to get into detail, and to do so, we need to be completely guided by a post from the Mirror, which is a very, very important right here. So the Mirror reminded us of history repeating itself at Tokwe Mkorsi. And they say that it's another nightmare for the population of Chiwi and Masvingo rural districts. History is about to repeat itself at Tokwe Mkorsi Dam, Zimbabwe's largest inland dam. Government forecast that 3,652 households, an estimated 17,000 people, will be displaced as the Tokwe Mkorsi Development Master Plan is being implemented. Let us get into this. So, I'm not so sure how the students from Zimbabwe's top universities, 4 universities, sat down, created a development master plan for Tokwe Mkorsi Dam without getting into the actual places. Talking to the people, understanding the people, and hearing the concerns of the people. It was going to be more good if people who have lived in these areas were included in that master plan in terms of creating it, because it was going to create something which is better. You know, all this while, I thought that this government does have a plan, but I've realized that they don't. So what they are going to do, I'm going to break it down for you. What they are doing is, we go to Tokwe Mkorsi Dam, the actual location of Tokwe Mkorsi Dam, right there near Ngundu in Chiwi. You will see that there are people who are going to be moved in that area. And these people, they are people who are in a place where they want to have recreational purposes like a game park or whatsoever. So these people who are not within the areas where water can reach them, they are being removed for the purposes of a game. Is it good? Is it bad? It's good if you are going to compensate those people, because they've been there for a very long time, which means if you are moving them to any place, you have to compensate them. Because the nation is going to be benefiting from tourism, which will be happening in those areas. So if you are moving them, compensate them. If you are keeping land for agricultural purposes or for production, you don't need to move people. You just need to make sure that those people, they get connected to the water. And then you run programs which make sure that they produce throughout the year. It's so easy. Chiwi, Mwenezi, these Chiredzi, these areas, the lower belt, it can become the green belt of Zimbabwe. We can talk of areas like Matebele and South, the areas of Bedbridge, Bubi. They can become green belt of Zimbabwe in terms of producing. But we simply need a government with a plan. Not these things of giving people without even experience, people without even knowledge and an understanding of what needs to happen, to say, okay, create a master plan. If they create a master plan, they mess everything up. You come to implement something which is going to politically benefit you. So we go from the people who are immediate from Tokwe Mkorsi. They are going to be chased. They say that they have money for compensation, but we doubt that they have, because the people who were removed in 2013 to 14, the majority of them didn't get the compensation. Yes, they didn't. They were not even assessed for their properties. Was somebody deliberately closed the water and caused the floods, which made people flee their homes without being assessed, without compensation. They lost everything. So you move from Chile, you move to the areas like Chirezi. There are people who are in areas like Uswaushava, Zhemombe, Basi. People there, they are also facing eviction. These are people who are poor, but if given water, irrigation water, they can produce. They are also going to face eviction as we speak. They're going to be given 0.5 hectares of land. They are going to be made farm workers. So they don't want them to go anywhere. They want them to be within the places, the area, so that they become farm workers with a 0.5 hectare. Half a hectare. What are you going to use a half a hectare for in a rural setup? You are being made a slave. You are going to be made a farm worker where you are going to be given $100 or less per month. That is it. That is the life. What is going to happen to their cattle? No one knows. What is going to happen to their goats, to their chicken? No one knows. What is going to happen to their families? Where are they going to build their own rural homes? No one knows. Are these people able to go and have the stands in urban areas? No, they don't. Because people are actually running away from the urban areas where they have been evicted and ejected left, right, and center. Going back to the rural areas, they are being ejected right there. So you go to the areas across the river, that is Mwenezi. The people also in that area are going to be affected the same way all these people are being affected in the name of executing and implementing what is so-called a master plan designed by the 4 universities. They'll tell you that they have compensation, but they don't. Why? It's because the first thing is you go and make an assessment. How much do we need for us to be able to run this program? The people who created this thing called the master plan, they never did that. They never did assessments. Yes. So how come they're concluding that they have the money to compensate people when you have not assessed the same people? Yes. How do you conclude that? What it means is people will be chased, they will not get any meaningful compensation. Okay, let us talk about the alternative land. These people, these are their homes. This is the only places they know is their homes. This is all they have. Some, they are now orphans. Some are now working in South Africa because of the economic hardships. They will simply come home and they will find everything gone. They will have nowhere to go. Who is going to say, we have compensated you, we cater for you? Who is going to take care of them? Who is going to give them an alternative land? No one. So the first thing, you assess. The second thing, you find them an alternative land, which is permanent. They have not done that. They haven't done that. So whatever which is happening, you can actually see that this government is cruel. There is cruelty everywhere you go. Cruelty after cruelty. And that is what these people, they have mastered. So this is what is happening. Mashingo Mira is actually covering the stories of Tokwe Mkorsi victims, the way they suffered more than 10 years ago, is the way they are going to suffer now. And for the next years, they will be destitute, they will be on their own, alone, with nothing, without homes, without anything. No schools, no clinics, no hospitals, nothing. That is what this government is creating. So this is it in Zimbabwe. You have used your thoughts, but personally, I believe that we are not going anywhere with these people.